Hey everyone, Callum from FS Elite here, and I'm joined by Rafi from Aerosoft.
Hello, good to have you here.
Thanks for having us, and welcome. Well, thank you for having me in Paderborn.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we again own the airport, right? So it's again the Aerosoft International Airport here in Paderborn today.
Can't wait to see Aerosoft Airlines like limited start happening.
Maybe at some point, maybe. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah. We just wanted to do a quick chat about what the event is today and kind of what you've been showcasing. So just give us a little bit more insight about what the event is.
Okay, Aerosoft makes how do you say, organizes, let's this way, the FSConference since 20 years. So this is 20 years anniversary, whatever. Yeah. So, and we do it like for the German community, because that was the idea back in the days then, to have something, a meetup for the German community especially. That's what we do here. And we are very proud that so many exhibitors and visitors are here. So that's everything, every year, from every year to every year. Very interesting to see how many people coming here to Paderborn, because Paderborn is literally middle of nowhere.
Yeah, which I realised after getting a train here yesterday.
Yeah, so that's maybe not in this case maybe hard to find on the map, but it's close to our HQ, and we have many people here, and we showcase on our booths, for example, some nice stuff we can talk in a few seconds about, but also the others like hardware stuff, etc. You can see here. So that's nice to have the community and meet with other people. That's the main goal, let's say.
Yeah. I mean, this is my first time here at FSConference, my first time in Paderborn as well, and like it's really interesting to have this entire event in the airport.
Yeah. I mean that's the second time we're in the airport. Last year we have been in the check-in hall. Then we have this year the presentations. Mm-hmm. And last year was also the impression like by the people, they said, hey, it's cool actually. You own the airport, right? And this year we moved it into the terminal area, I would say. It's a cool environment for having this kind of show, because it's related to our hobby. That's what we do basically day by day. Enjoying flight simulation and being in such an environment is really cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I've always enjoyed events where you are kind of in the, almost like when we did museums and stuff as well. So actually to be in an airport is really, really impressive as well. So let's have a quick walk around the Aerosoft booth and see what you guys have on display, because I think the most exciting thing we've seen so far is the A340-600. Tell us a little bit more about what you've got on display today.
It's our first public display in terms of in the game, or in the sim, sorry. So you can try here the A340 with 4 different scenarios we prepared. So we wanted to make it a little bit challenging for the people, because from A to B, that's what we do in daily business. But we wanted to showcase here especially the systems and all the features the aircraft has. In this case, we have like 4 scenarios. One is really basic. It's landing in Quito. Quito, the approach itself is also not so easy. But we wanted to keep it as simple as possible. But then we have landing in Quito with a twist, with ADR failures. Then we have one with an engine rotor burst at V1. And the one with the dual hydraulic failure. And the cool one, for example, engine rotor burst, it's not only an engine out after V1. We have also it in fact influences the aircraft itself. So the engine rotor bursts. That means it destroys even the wing. So you have then problems with the slats. Then later on with the hydraulic. So that's a scenario you could happen. Hopefully not, but in real life. So then you have a lot of ECAM actions you need to go through. So it can be very challenging, and flying the aircraft is less important here. I would say more the systems in the background, and that's a cool thing, because then you can see how actually good and how deep the simulation is of the aircraft. Yeah.
So obviously this is a collaboration effort between Aerosoft and Tolis. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that collaboration came to be, and kind of who's working on which element of the aircraft to bring it together?
The cooperation is like since almost 2 years now. I guess it was FS Expo in Houston. Was it 2 years ago in Houston? I don't know. This year was Providence, last year Las Vegas.
And then Houston.
Yeah. So then there was the first milestone where it started. And since then it's clearly, systems, of course, it's coming from Thorsten Tolis. So all of you who know the A340 already in X-Plane, then you can be happy, because you get the same features and the same systems further developed into MSFS. And the good point is, even the further development we do or in this case Thorsten Tolis does for the MSFS world, comes also into X-Plane. For example, the EFB. In EFB they used before Aviatab. Now we have a custom EFB here, for example. Yeah, you can show it. And yeah, what you can show, for example, which is really cool. I mean, we'll crash the aircraft, but anyway, is the autosave function. Basically, I just click load situation, and boom, we're in the air. It's loading a little bit. Whoops, that's my camera. Sorry. And there you go. This is a scenario where it's just starting straight away, so that's to stress the pilots. Now it's going to crash anyway. So that's working really cool. And yeah, so the systems come from their side. And yeah, the FB, for example, goes then into X-Plane, right? Yeah, that's a challenging mission, Callum. You're failing. Anyway, so no. So the system-wise is coming from Tolis, and all the, let's say, artwork what you see in terms of 3D models, animations, etc. That comes from Aerosoft side. So that's a part of the collaboration. And yeah, the main challenge was because if you know the Tolis A340 in X-Plane world, the system-wise in terms of the aircraft itself is very well developed, 0 bugs almost, right? So the challenge we had here is to get it into the MSFS world in terms of interface, etc., etc. But it's working pretty good, and yeah, we're on the final stage, let's say this way.
Yeah, so you've mentioned previously that the A330neo was meant to be the first release for you this year, but actually this one's actually a little bit further along in terms of development, so now this has kind of taken its place. So are we hopeful for this year, or are we maybe thinking early next year? What's your current schedule for the A340-600?
We said at FS Expo in Providence that's going to be this year, and Tolos is very, very hard on times, because they said we never missed the promise, right? So this year is like from now on 1.5 months, plus minus. Still the goal, but it's very challenging. And what we wanted to keep as a goal for this aircraft, because we want to go as deep as possible, also on the artwork and on all the systems, it needs to be, I mean, an aircraft is never perfect, but we want it as close as perfect, right? And if we see, for the time being, we are in the schedule, like short before Christmas, but if we see there is kind of showstoppers, because you never know, then we say, okay, let's give us maybe a month plus, and then we release it in January, and everyone will be happier than instead of having bugs here and there. Then it's Christmas time, then no one is around, developers are in holiday, so that's going to be hard maybe to get then someone bug fixing, so that's maybe, we will decide then. But for the time being, we're in terms of schedule, plan for like close before Christmas, yeah.
Amazing. So that's the A340-600. Let's have a look at the rest of your lineup here at Paderborn. So obviously you've got your hardware stuff here as well. Anything you want to share about how this goes? Do you get many purchases and people kind of come into these shows to get some really steep discounts?
That's the goal of being at an exhibition or a show. So we show in first step is showing the hardware, which is here, for example, which is cool thing, is the limited collector's edition. You can see even there on the shelf the Antonov AN225, then the back, which is inside. The patches are already unfortunately not there. Yeah, but then you see a lot of other hardware you don't see usually, because I mean, no problem, you can say that. You see the cockpit simulator, full metal, for example, 737 MCDU, which is really sturdy, with a nice feature I always show, because even this little handle is included here. So that's very cool. And then you have different Garmin rebuilds by Resim Gear, which is the G3X, G1000, and Honeycomb, as you know, with the Alpha and the Bravo and other stuff around. Then you have here a kind of, let's say, more complex setup, but I would say an affordable setup in terms of, because if you have a specific place, a Zim pit you can call it, so you can see all the mounts, everything is in, so that's cool. You sit in and you start flying. And there's even a version from Next Level Racing which has the how do you say, which is on Boeing seats sometimes, the Airbus seats, the white fluff, yeah. I don't know how to call it. Yeah. So this one here, unfortunately not, but then you can feel like a real airliner pilot. So this is cool. And if you want to go one step ahead and want to go really, I would say, very close to end level, what is possible, in this case here by also Resim Gear, a complete cockpit. And this is a Cirrus SR22 based on X-Plane. And this is really crazy, because then you can go really wild. Makes sense, of course, if you have the aircraft, for example, as a real aircraft, and want to be still trained during the winter time, for example, then you can train on this kind of aircraft. So this is more for the professional area, but there are also some users, they buy this thing because they love it, right? So
how much is this?
This is 20 or 30,000 euros. One of these two, I'm not sure yet, but I guess the 20. 30. Okay, it's 30. Yeah, so it's not for everyone, but if you want to go to the, let's say, end level, then this is the way to go. Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, your entire setup is really, really impressive in my view. Just to kind of see such a nice little range of hardware, software. Is this your biggest display at Paderborn?
I mean, this is a modular display. I mean, we have in Lelystad, what was the first time we showed it. It was more or less same size, with a different back wall, because it's modular. You can set it up as you want.
Yeah.
For example, this cube here, which we have right now as a table, you can put it also on top of this whole thing. So I would say in terms of wideness, it's the hugest. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to show us and also to invite me to Paderborn in order to experience this. This has been it's been a really cool day. I'm going to try out the A340 some more and get some more footage and attempt more landings, and hopefully I don't mess it up.
We will see. We will challenge you. Excellent. Thank you for being here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if you want any more content from here at FSConference, then stay tuned at fselite.net.